Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Muscatine Today Show. Happy Monday to everybody. It feels a lot warmer than it did, so I'm going to call that a happy Monday. It is the last day of February, the last day of National Heart Month, and it happens to be my son's birthday. So shout out, happy birthday, Keegan. Love you so much. So proud of you. Absolutely have to embarrass you by calling you out. So happy birthday. I hope you have an awesome day doing all of the guy things, working on your race car, and doing all the things you deserve to do today. I love you so much. I can't wait to give you all the kisses and all the things that evil stepmoms do. I also want to start off the show by saying thank you to all of our awesome sponsors. Those include Muscatine Power and Water, Rivo Plumbing and Heating, our friends at Becky Insurance and Financial Services, Impact Life Blood Center. If you're eligible to donate blood, please go and donate blood. If you're a first timer and you've never done it before, go and do it. It's so easy. It is an easy process. It takes like half an hour, maybe 45 minutes at the most if you're a first timer. And you can save up to 3 lives with every single donation that you make. So it's literally the gift of life. Also, our friends at Lutheran Living, Senior Campus, Toyota of Muscatine, Impact Athletic Performance and Nutrition. Also, Suntan City Muscatine. They have a ton of great deals in February. So today is the last day for you to go and grab those. So head on over there and see some of those girls. Unity Point Health Trinity Muscatine, they happen to be on the show later on today. And then, of course, our friends here at Hy-Vee. We are excited for you guys to join us today. And we're going to start off with our friends from Crossroads. So Chandler's here today to talk about I guess Tipton specifically, and kind of re-kicking off those day hab services and kind of what's going to be happening, what you might see in the Tipton area. So welcome to the show.
Thanks
you for coming on this morning. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do for Crossroads and the day hab services.
So I'm a part of day hab, a day hab associate. We are back in Tipton now. So our program with Dayhab is to just get them community integrated and to work on their goals that they have set up with us. Mm-hmm. And so we'll go out into the community and shop, or we'll go out to eat. So my goal is to just support them in what we're doing and to make sure that they're safe and supervised and directed in the right direction.
Awesome. So I always talk about how amazing the job is when you're working with these folks and just integrating them into the community and allowing them to do the things that they want to do.
Yes.
In a safe way.
Yes.
And I mean, it's so amazing. It's such a bucket filler. So
yes. If
you're looking for a job right now,
yes.
Definitely get on and look and see what's available through Crossroads. And it's truly a bucket filler type position that you can have. So
yes.
So talk to me a little bit about kicking those services off in Tipton again. So
yes, so we set up our program. We're more community based now that we have a location, and so we're looking for community integrated things. So if anything comes to mind, that would be great.
Yep.
So we start off our day with social time, and they get to choose the things that they're doing for the day. We'll have different options, and then we'll kind of split ways and go that way. Mm-hmm. They're always with their peers. They're never by themselves, and then we're obviously with them. Mm-hmm. And then we end the day together, and we kind of review what we've done for the day, what we're going to do tomorrow, and we kind of mostly play games, and then we say goodbye for the day.
Yeah. So at the beginning of the day, there's literally like a list of things that they can do.
Yep.
And they get to pick and choose what their day looks like, just like we get to do. Mm-hmm. I mean, truthfully, that's what we do. We start our day by choosing, are we getting out of bed, and are we going, well, some of us, we don't always have a choice, right? But, are we going to go and get coffee, or are we going to go eat breakfast? Are we going to go, what things are we going to do? And there's different choices on the board that they get to choose from.
Yep.
And so that they have those options.
Yep.
So what kind of things are on the board? I know days are different, but what kind of things can they choose from?
So far we've gone to the library in Tipton. We've gone to a couple shops as well. We've gotten lunch at a couple places. I know we have coffee on the list. We have Sarah, who's a conservationist, just like Michelle here. She's come and done a presentation for us, and they love Sarah.
Oh my gosh.
They just enjoy it so much. We've also, with the gathering, they have like a pool table, a foosball table, so we've let them interact with those kinds of things because we didn't get that before. And even in Muscatine, they don't have that, so that's really cool for them to get to learn how to play those games. They really enjoy playing Uno, so we've done that a couple times already.
Who doesn't enjoy Uno?
I know. So mostly our goal is to get them out of the building and to do as many things as possible within the community so that they know, you know, hey, these are the kind of options that I have in my community. And some of them, you know, have never been able to do those kinds of things. So it's really great to see them light up when we go to the library and they get to look at books and look at the newspaper and, you know, kind of see what's going on around them.
So really, like, this is kind of a shout out for people who are maybe in the Tipton area. If there's something going on that maybe would be a good fit for DayHab to come or put on their list and come and do. So, you know, maybe there's a play coming up or, you know, something like that coming up that they can bring a group of folks and do something really fun for the day. So
any volunteer opportunities. I know we're going to participate in a community cleanup.
Awesome.
We also have experience with Meals on Wheels, with most of our clients being in the Muscatine. So we have the Meals on Wheels experience. We have food pantry experience. So we're looking for any kind of volunteer opportunities the community can think of.
One thing that I have noticed, I've visited the Muscatine DayHab, and they love to help other people. Love it. They love it. And so if you have any opportunities like that, you know, maybe you have a fundraiser coming up and you're looking for volunteers to help out with that, anything like that is a great opportunity for you to reach out. What do they do if they have an idea that they think might be a good fit? What's a good way for them to reach out to you guys?
They can contact Crossroads, and they will just connect them to us. Facebook is a good option as well. I know that's like the latest thing, so just message the Crossroads because we have a Facebook page, and then Megan will let us know of things, and then we can reach out to them directly to get things set up for our program.
So cool. So people ask me all the time too about volunteering within the community. Can you volunteer within this program?
I don't know that.
That's a good question.
But I would assume that we would take.
We'll have to find out.
We would take in any volunteers. Anybody that wants to come and hang out with us and see what we do.
So, like, I always think about the people who have such like amazing talents, and like maybe you paint, or maybe you know you're a singer or whatever. So you know those are opportunities for you to come in, and maybe you can maybe it's right there at the facility and you're going to just paint with them or something like that. So those are all opportunities for you to kind of be involved in the program if you're not looking for a job necessarily, but something that might interest you, and you can be part of this really cool program. So it's cool that it's kicking off. That means it's growing. And that you know, you're in a whole new community again, and that's amazing. So
our clients are very happy to be back in Tipton.
I bet.
Most of them grew up there.
Right.
So, and a lot of our clients are known around the area. So they're very happy to be back.
It's good to be home, right? Like to know people, and when you go out to coffee, for people to be like, oh hey, and you're like, hey Ashley, what are you doing? Those are good feelings. It gives you the warm fuzzies. So I'm sure that they love being back there. So how many folks do you have right now in the program in Tipton?
Right now we have 10.
10?
So it's a more intimate setting than Muscatine. So that's great because then their personalities really come out, and we really get to see who they are because it's such a small group. So we get to do a lot of more personal things with them.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, such a cool program. I'm glad that it's continuing to expand and go into other communities around Muscatine County and beyond. So very cool. If you're looking for a job, if you're looking for a volunteer opportunity, maybe you have someone in your life that could benefit from the services. Any of those things, you can reach out to Megan, whether you get online, send an email, Facebook, whatever. Just make that first contact, and then they can lead you in the right direction. But thank you so much for coming
Yes,
on today
thank
to
you for
talk about
having
the
me.
program. It's been fun because in the past I've been able to actually visit on site and see some of the folks just like in their element, and that's always super fun. You can tell they love the program and love being out in the community. So let's continue that and continue to find ways for them to have a lot of fun stuff to do. So if you have an idea, make sure you reach out and let them be a part of the community, and it's such an amazing experience. So thank you so much for coming on today. I appreciate it.
Yep, thank you.
Taking your Monday morning. Make sure you grab a Starbucks before you leave. That's everybody's favorite thing about coming on the show. I appreciate you guys for joining in. We are going to go to a short commercial break to give some kudos to some of our sponsors, and then we will be right back with Steve Hubbell to talk about some of the community CPR classes that we have available and how you can get involved in that. So we'll be right back in just a second.
We just don't work out in a single plane of motion.
It's time for an update from the Not So Late Show with Austin, brought to you by Unity Point Health.
Listen up, everyone. I've got some news. Things are still kind of crazy out there, and the pandemic is still going on. And it's hard to keep people healthy. And right now, things are really tough for healthcare workers. There are a lot of people needing help with their health. They are working very hard. They're tired. And they are working extra shifts. Well, that would be like when you just get right out of school. You have to go back and do it all over again. Ugh. So there's something you need to know. It's time to be kind. Healthcare workers are doing the best they can to help you. They just need your help too. Take care of yourself however you can with your vaccinations and your healthy habits. But if you get sick, go see your doctor. If you have to wait, be patient. Be a patient patient. They're real people just like you. And do you know why they're working so hard? For you. So show them a little love, or at least a little bit of kindness. That's one way we can all feel better. Okay, that's all I've got, everyone. Stay safe out there and remember to be kind to healthcare workers.
This has been a special update from the Not So Late Show with Austin. Good night. We'll see you next time.
All right, so I'm glad to be back here. We have a ton of great deals within Hy-Vee. I was scrolling through Facebook before the show went live and found the Make My Monday deal. I think Jess has that video for us. So I loved their post. The sale is serialistly. Is that how you say it? Great. So there are some really good.
It's Make My Mondays at Hy-Vee.
Also, down to the wire. So you can cast your final votes for Hy-Vee and USA Today's 10 Best Reader Choice Awards. And that's before 11 a.m. So you have to get online and vote. You can get on Facebook, and the link's right there on Hy-Vee's Facebook for you to cast your vote for that. So let's make sure that we vote for Hy-Vee because we love our Hy-Vee and they're so involved in the community and do so much. So let's make sure we get online and it's super quick and cast those votes. I want to introduce our next guest, who happens to be a friend of mine, Mr. Steve Hubbell. So I don't know, how long? We probably...
Oh, heavens.
We've been friends for quite a while.
Yeah.
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 We taught classes together at Unity Point Health for quite a while, CPR, and so today we barely made it.
We made it, though.
We barely made it, but it's National Heart Month, and it's so important that we know CPR. in whatever fashion, it's so important. Everybody should know CPR.
Yes.
Everyone.
Yes.
Every single person. And so you're here today. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
But introduce yourself and what you do with Unity Point Health.
Okay. My name's Steve Hubbell. I'm an RN. I did work in the recovery room at the hospital here in town for 33 years. I have been certified in CPR for 46 years.
Wow.
And I have been instructing for about 40.
Wow.
So what I do basically is, that's what I do. I teach.
Yep.
Teach the classes, and they do well with them, and take them through and show them how to do it, and they do it until I'm comfortable with them doing it, and they're comfortable with them doing it.
Yeah.
And we send them on their way and say, we hope you never have to use it.
Yeah. Yeah, so these classes are both for, I mean, you teach classes for both the staff at the hospital and
Yes.
for the community.
Yes.
And that's what you've been doing for years, but both of those things are important. It's important for, obviously the staff and within
Sure.
the hospital walls, but it's also so important for people out in the community, because there's not always going to be a doctor or a nurse.
Correct.
Or a firefighter.
Correct.
So, excuse me. So how common are heart emergencies?
I looked online last night, 1.5 million per year
Wow.
for that's just heart attack. But then you have to kind of define, heart attack is not a cardiac arrest. Heart attack is where the heart's in danger. Cardiac arrest is where the heart stops.
Yeah.
And we can break it down further, but we probably don't have that
Right.
much time.
Yeah.
Basically, when you get into that 1.5 million every year, you get into 500, and I believe it's 80,000 that truly need CPR. And then you have 220,000 that just die because they never get it.
Yeah.
And with men, up until age 50, men, boy, they really are more in danger in having a heart attack.
Yeah.
Once the women hit 45 and 50, they catch up very quickly with the morbidity with the men.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot more common than people want to think.
oh sure. Sure.
And so all the more reason for us all to be familiar, at least,
Yes.
with CPR.
Yes.
And if nothing else, to know about compressions.
Yep.
And things like that. So why is it important to know CPR, and who's the ideal person to know it?
Well, why it's important is because you have people who need compressions and breathing to keep the heart going, keep the blood circulating. With the recent COVID, they are recommending doing hands-only CPR. If you don't have one of these little
Sure, we don't
breather bags,
always have one of those in our pocket.
start CPR by doing chest compressions, and just doing chest compressions. You need to be doing at least 100 a minute, 100 to 120. The little mnemonic that always runs back in my head is, if you can remember that the tempo of Staying Alive,
Yep.
that's it. That's the rate. And you'll just want to keep going. If you're doing hands only, that's all you're doing. With hands only CPR, you can do an AED.
Yeah.
And an AED is automatic electronic defibrillator. You simply open it up. It's a very, very easy process. Turn it on, put it on, and leave it on. It's going to get kind of noisy here.
Yep.
This is a trainer. Oh, sure. Now, worked at the hospital. No, it's not going to do it. And I just checked it.
It got too cold in your car.
I guess so.
Lots of
anyway.
places have these.
A lot of places have them.
Out in the community. I'm
Right.
sure Hy-Vee has one. I would almost guarantee Hy-Vee has one.
Okay.
A lot of daycares
Yep. Daycares.
Things like that. Schools, I've seen them in schools.
Walmart has them. I've seen them there. All first responders, which
Yep.
whether it be a paramedic or ambulance driver or county sheriff,
Yep.
you know,
They have them in their cars.
city police,
and- yep.
sheriff's office. Yep.
Okay.
They got them in their cars.
So, and once you turn this machine on, it literally tells you what to do. So,
Yep.
if there's an emergency within the community and you know CPR, you can ask if they have one, and
Right.
they all work pretty much the exact
Right.
same.
It's pretty much turned it on. It'll talk to you from there. It'll
Yep.
tell you to attach the patches. As far as the patches go, these are the adult size. I'm not going to tear them apart. These are the adult size. These are the universal size.
Yeah.
These will fit on children and infants. These are the infant size. These are only good till about age 8, age 8 or 58 pounds. You cannot use these on the adult. They won't work. They don't give enough kick.
Yeah.
Do understand when you're putting them on, especially on a child, on a baby, you rip them apart, you put one in the front and one on the back.
Yeah.
That way, because otherwise they might touch on the chest and then it won't do anything.
Yeah.
So, sorry, my visual aid didn't work and my voice is starting to give out.
That's okay. So is there anything new? You know, there are people that maybe learned CPR years and years and years ago, and they think, oh, well, I still remember what to do. You know, I remember what I learned, 20 years ago. It's
Right.
the same as
Right.
as back then. You know,
Excuse me.
is there anything new that's come across?
A lot has changed.
Yeah.
A lot has changed.
Sometimes things change from, like if you get certified every, few years,
Yeah.
sometimes things change within those few years.
Once in a while in those two years, but what they do is they change about every 5.
Okay.
So we just changed in 25 or in 20, so it'll change again in 25. One of the changes that they have done is, especially with the baby, you can either use 2 fingers on the chest to do compressions, you can use one hand, which didn't used to be,
Yeah.
or get my visuals, you can use 2 thumbs on the chest. That just changed this last time.
Yeah.
One thing that has changed, it's been a few years, but one thing that did change, if you see an adult go down, call for help right away. If you see a child go down, call for help right away.
Before you do anything.
Leave the child and go call. If
Yeah.
you don't see them go down, if you just walk up and they're just laying there, do CPR for 2 minutes, leave the child, and go call.
Okay.
I mean, most people carry a cell phone.
Yeah.
And, I'm not silly enough to believe that everywhere has cell phone coverage. A lot of it does, but once in a while you hit a dead spot.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
use your cell phone. Hit it, put speaker, hit 911, and lay it right down next to you. As you're doing it, as you're doing your CPR, count out loud.
Yep.
The 911 operator will know what you're doing, can actually help you in what you're doing.
Yeah.
They'll talk you through it, keep you going, give
Yeah.
encouragement, how to hook up an AED, what to do with it, and that kind
Yep.
of stuff.
CPR can be really tiring.
Yeah.
And it is. It not can be. It is really
It is
really
tiring.
tiring. So it'll be good to have that encouragement. Good to have them send somebody as soon as possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Always ask other people in the crowd if a crowd gathers. If you're in a place like Hy-Vee where if anybody else knows to be able to help and relieve you and take turns and things like that. So so we know that. The hospital offers classes. So
Yes.
what types of classes are offered?
We do have first aid, CPR.
Okay.
We do have an AED class. We can do hands only.
Okay.
American Heart does offer a family and friends. I'm sure we'd be glad to do that too. If you're not comfortable doing CPR on somebody you don't know, that's okay. We can work that out. That's not a big deal either. So adult, child, infant, excuse me, adult, child, infant, we can get you covered. No problem.
Very cool. So about how long, if somebody signs up for the class, for a CPR class, about how long can they expect to be there?
You can figure
for a
on 4
community
hours.
class? Okay.
Figure in 4 hours, because you're going to go through and, well, depending on what's going on, whether you're doing just adult or you're doing adult, child, infant,
Sure.
adult, child, infant with AED,
Yeah.
it depends a lot on
Yeah.
what you choose.
Sure.
My guess is it's going to be 4 hours.
Okay. Okay. And then how do people sign up? How do, if this is something, if they're watching today and they're like, wow, I really do need to know this information. I
Okay.
didn't know that it was offered in the community. How do people sign up?
You can go to the website, which is unitypoint.org, and they'll route you through.
Yep.
And I think it connects with Rock Island,
Sure.
but they'll take care of all that.
Okay. Awesome.
And then they let me know as an instructor, hey, you've got people to do, and
Yeah.
we'll go from
Very
there.
cool. It's so important to know, and I encourage you, if there's a community class and you have time to do that, sign up and
Oh,
get
absolutely.
certified and know what you're doing, because when the time comes, you never think you're going to need it, right? This
Right.
is never going to happen to you
Right.
where you're going to be in a situation where you need it, but chances are there's going to be a time when you might need it.
Yes, it can happen.
I mean, you heard at the beginning of the show, at the beginning of this interview, that it happens a lot. Heart emergencies happen
Yes,
a lot.
and it happened to you.
Yeah, it happened to me. Luckily, I was in, with a bunch of people who knew what they were doing, but
But you still started it.
yeah, yep. So, yeah, it can happen to anyone, and
Yeah.
you don't always know.
Nope, people don't have indicator lights saying I'm going to drop now.
Yep.
You
We
know,
don't
and
have
it-
check engine lights, do
I know.
we? Darn
no,
it.
No. No. No, we don't.
Yep. But you learn so much in these classes, and so much that is important to know, and especially the child and infant. I mean, if you're
Sure.
a parent, if you're going to be a new parent,
Right.
all of those things are
Right.
great reasons to take the class. If you haven't taken the class in a long time, there are probably changes, and
There are.
and take the class.
Yep.
Right? Take the class.
Take the class.
Go and hang out with Steve,
Yeah.
because he's awesome, and,
Yes, I am.
take the class. I probably need to take the class. It's been 5 years. Can you believe it?
It's been that long?
It has. Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, probably like 4. It's
Close to
almost
5.
close to 5.
So it would have been 2020 when
Yeah.
you were last. Oh my, or not 2020.
2019.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll do the math for you.
Thank you.
You're
I'm not
welcome.
good with math.
We were a team, so.
We were a team.
Yeah. Well, I am so glad that you came on today, and that we made it before Heart Month is over.
Yeah.
Just in the nick of time.
Yeah.
But
That's okay.
it is a good month to remind people.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure.
How important it is to learn CPR, to go and get your checkups.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm 36, and who would have thought, that something like that would have happened to me? But it can happen at any age.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's important to stay up on those checkups, and to
Sure.
keep up with your health, and go and visit our friends at Impact Athletic Performance, and
Sure.
make sure that you're healthy, and stay up on all of that stuff. So take care of
Yeah.
yourself, learn how to take care of other people, and all of that stuff's so important.
Yes,
Thank
it
you
is.
for coming on.
By the way, you were a hero
What?
on the way home.
Oh, yeah. I never, I still think about that just every day.
It will.
Yeah.
It will. It will.
Yep. Having to actually perform it in real life. At that point, I was teaching classes almost every week. And to actually use it on a real person
Yep.
was a completely difference. In a real life emergency was a completely different thing.
It is. But the
And I will
training
never
kicked
forget.
in.
But it does kick in, and you're not sure that it will, and at first you're so scared. But,
Sure.
it does. It kicks in, and
Yep.
and you do what you have to do in the situation. And if I didn't have that, I think about, you know, what can happen. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know how many times I've heard people tell me, you know, we just stood around and watched because we didn't know what else to do.
Yeah.
Okay. But then the person directing the CPR, if there is someone there,
Yeah.
they'll tell you, hey, go call for me.
Yep.
You go stay at the door and guide the ambulance people in.
Yep.
You know, give direction. And when you give a direction, don't just say somebody go
Yeah.
do.
Yep.
Because nobody will move.
Yeah.
They'll all sit there and go, well, somebody else will do it. No, no, no.
Right.
You be specific. You point directly at them. You call them by name,
Yeah,
or
like,
describe them and say,
You
I
go
want you
call.
to do this.
Yeah. Yep.
Because if you don't, trust me,
People are in shock. They, go
mhm.
into it like kind of a daze. Yeah.
it's happened to me a lot of times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very
Well,
much.
sign up for a class. You know, it's a few hours of your time, and it is something that you will use at some point in your life.
Yes.
Unfortunately, but it will be something that you're glad that you know.
Yeah, very much.
Whether it's a complete stranger or whether it's a loved one.
That's right.
Those skills will definitely kick in, and you will be able to use them, and you'll be
Right.
glad that you went and did it. So
Right. Right.
take that Saturday or, you know, that weeknight and do
just
it.
go.
Yep. Just go and do it.
Yep.
Sign up. So get online, unitypointhealth.org, and sign up for a class, and go hang out with Steve for a few hours and learn some life-saving skills.
Sure.
All
sure.
right. Well, thanks for joining us on
no
the show
problem.
today. I
No
appreciate it.
No problem.
We're going to go to another commercial, and we'll be right back to share a few more things, and then the show will be over for the day. So we'll be right back in just a minute.
Here at Total Muscatine, we believe it's important to be strong supporters of our local community.
And that's why we donate thousands upon thousands of dollars to local Muscatine charities each year.
It's the reason why all of our employees are local to the area and have a vested interest in our community.
We value our customers, so when you shop here at Toyota of Muscatine, you will be treated like family.
So remember, when you shop with Toyota of Muscatine, not only are you sure to get great service, but you're also supporting local.
It's Make My Mondays at Hy-Vee. This Monday, get Cheerios for just 99 cents. That's right, get Cheerios or Honey Nut Cheerios for just 99 cents. Monday only. Check out HyVeeDeals.com for more deals.
So how many of you guys were either watching the game at home or were at the game? We were so excited to be able to be at the Hawkeye girls game last night. We had gotten tickets a while ago. Hanley has been really excited and into basketball lately, so we were able to go to the game, and how exciting to be a part of that. I have some pictures from the game last night, and it was just so exciting to be there. First of all, the first time since 1988 for them to sell out the Carver Hawkeye Arena, which was super cool to be a part of that. And then for them to win the game. It was very cool to see them, the excitement in the arena, and I truly feel like to be a Hawkeye is, you know, to be a fan is just something very special and one of a kind experience. So very cool to be there last night. Hopefully you guys all watched the game, at least from home if you weren't at the game in the arena, but it was a very cool experience, and something that we will forever remember. Hanley was so excited to be there, and you know, we got our ice cream cones, which was super important. It's always an important thing when you're at the arena to get the ice cream cone. We stood in line forever and got those, but it was very cool to be there. So congratulations to the girls of the Hawkeye basketball team for that amazing win. It was a great game. So I appreciate being able to be there last night. Hopefully you guys are going to take part in the Make My Monday deal here at Hy-Vee. Lots of great things going on for that. Also, I know that Lindsay was here to chat about Big Brothers Big Sisters and the bowl-a-thon that's coming up, but super fun to go and help them in making their commercial to go out on MPW. We wanted to share that with you today on the show to kind of close out, but if you haven't already signed up, please go and sign up and be a part of this really fun day that they have, their biggest fundraiser of the year. It's so cool. So it's also National Rare Disease Day. So some pretty cool people that we know are part of that. So Melissa posted a picture actually this morning, and we wanted to share that on the show as well. But shout out to those super important people in our lives here at Discover Muscatine and Pearl City Media. We think about you often. So and shout out to everybody else who has a rare disease. And although there's not always a cure, and we're so sad about that, but we appreciate all of the work that's being done at the university, and are so glad that we are close enough that that we have that resource so close to us here in Muscatine. So I hope that you guys have a great Monday, and that we see you again tomorrow on the show, 9 a.m. tomorrow for the Muscatine Today show. We will see you again then, but until then, remember that kindness is free. So spread that stuff wherever you go.
Hello, I'm Ashley Lovelace. Being a big is pretty awesome. But you know what else is awesome? Bowl for Kids' Sake. Yep, that's right, it's back. It's that time of year when you get to spend the afternoon with your friends, maybe have some pizza, win some door prizes, and just hang out at the Rose Bowl. This is the biggest fundraiser for Big Brothers Big Sisters the whole year. So make sure you sign up online, because this is the most fun you're gonna have in rented shoes.